Because at the time, like, I was doing, you know, I was shooting, I was competing, I was doing the young adult, the 3D ASA
and the ASA
thing.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, I think this is lame. I want to shoot target archery.
Yeah.
Like, I suck at this. And at that time, I had that 3D mentality, like, oh, I don't shoot spots. I'm too good for that. Or
3D was the only thing.
3D was it.
It was like the platform you saw, because you see like the success and like the fanfare and banter around like the Open Pro and stuff like that. And you're like, this is my path, because that's where I want to go. So 3D's it.
Yeah, and I saw the crossover for the guys that had a lot of success outside of 3D and then brought it in, and it was like, I think those guys are way cooler than the 3D guys. I want to do that.
Yeah, you wanted to do that because it's like for me, when I made that transition, and I've gone back and forth a couple times, but for me, when I made that transition, it was seeking out a game that rewarded the skills that I value. What it was in target archery that drew you to it. What skill sets, what practice, what application was it that you found more fulfilling in that versus 3D?
Well, it wasn't, what it wasn't was the 4 hours to shoot 20 arrows, right? Like, I was traveling across the nation, spending thousands of dollars to be at a tournament, try to win it, but spend 4 hours of my day shooting a whopping 20 arrows.
And like in a whole weekend is 40 arrows.
Yeah, that's it.
it.
That was it. And where you could go shoot Vegas, which is 90, and then, you know, the pro class is shoot off or field, and there's a lot more arrows to shoot.
Like a field run, 112 arrows in a day.
And I felt,
we do it for 5 days, because like once wouldn't prove the point. So we do it 4 more times.
yeah, and I felt that if I could get more arrows out of the bow, like if I do all this practicing and shooting a bow to then just go shoot 40, it's like, I want to go find somewhere where there's more arrows for me to shoot, where I feel like I can showcase like what I'm capable of doing. And obviously it didn't start out great at all, like nowhere near what I wanted to be, but I was going to a national tournament and shooting more arrows than just 40 on a weekend.
Yeah.
So I aspired to be those target guys because they were showcasing a lot more talent than they had, and it wasn't judging yardage. Like, nobody cares how far the target is. I could care less. I can range it nowadays.
Yeah, and
I want to shoot it.
And known yardage is the fastest growing segment of 3D archery.
Yeah. Still doesn't appease me. I want to shoot sticks at the circle.
Right, so target archery for you was a chance to go out there and be rewarded for the skills that you had honed.
Yep.
The ability to shoot a shot consistently over and over and over again, and at something that was known, like, this is the center of the center. We're going to shoot a set number of arrows, and the guy who hits it the most times is going to win.
Yep.
And if there's a bunch of us that happen to hit it the same number of times, we're going to stand here and throw down in front of everybody until there's one person left standing.
That's what being an archer is the fact that you can take the arrow and get it from here to there and then do the same thing over and over.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, repeatedly. Like, it's such a weird thing to talk about. It sounds boring, but once you do it and once you miss and you realize that you're trying to achieve something like that, that becomes an obsession that you just try to get and continue and then do it all over the place. And I don't know, something that's cool.